Hey, what's up guys? Mario here. So I just wanted to make this quick update. On my last video I said I needed to double check my ball screw on my CNC, and after taking it out, I know this is not the best setup to do this type of test, let's say, but when I spin my ball screw right now, I'm getting a really bad readout. The needle moves all over, really goes from 20 to maybe a 0.5 millimeters of whiplash, but this is not really what, let's say, the main problem. What I see is that if I loosen this clamp right here, I'm not sure if you're gonna see this right now in the camera, but when I spin this, the whole base, it moves in a circle pattern. So when I clamp this really good, now instead of the base going like this, now it's the ball screw going like this. So I'm gonna take all this apart and loosen the nut, and when I spin the screw, it spins really easy and you don't have the wobble, let's say. But I kind of make it loose, leave it, let's say, kind of loose, because you will have a plate. So what happens is that when I make it still has a little play, and that's not good, that's a little backlash. But if I make it tight, it makes the wobble. So I'm gonna take it apart. Here's the bearings, and they're let's see, they're Japan H NSK 7001 A, but they roll really smooth. I mean, it has a little play. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be normal. Same with this one. The same brand, the same model, let's say. I don't seem to find anything, let's say, maybe it's making it maybe crooked or something. And the shaft, when I put the bearings, let's see, when I put the bearings in the other than the little, let's say, that play that has left to right, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be normal. Okay, this is what I just discovered again. This is not the best setup to do this. If I spin just the ball nut by itself, I don't really see, let's say, that much play in it or that much whiplash. But if I spin the screw, I managed to see 0.1 millimeters of play, and that's let's see, that's like around 4/1000 of, so maybe the ball screw has a bend on it. I don't really have a machine or a press to maybe try to bend it back. I don't want to try to bend it by hand and maybe bend it the wrong way or make it even worse. So, but I see that the ball screw has a little bend. I'm just gonna try to put it back together into the stand without making it too tight and see if anything changed. The bend on the screw is still there. I didn't really, I didn't bend it. So if I move the screw, I pick up around, let's call it 15.15 millimeters of whip. So that's equal like maybe 6/1000. Before it was around 25, but the main thing that it changed is that now if I actually spin it, the base no longer goes around the screw trying to make funny movements. So now that's, let's say, maybe a little fix, or that's a lot better than what it was before. Plus there is no backlash that I can feel by hand. Maybe there's some backlash, but not that I can feel by hand. So now I'm just gonna try to put it back into the machine again and see if it did any difference. I finished putting the screw back into the CNC, and when I was putting it back, I did try to bend that a little bit. I was gonna try to put like a piece of wood and maybe like a car jack, try to do like a press, but I didn't want to maybe damage the thread. So what I did, I just, with my hand, I just kept pushing it using a dial indicator and a 1 to 3 block, or a couple of 1 to 3 blocks, because my aluminum frame is not magnetic. I managed to bend it a little bit, not perfect, but I guess it did help a lot. So this is how the CNC actually moves now. Let me just reference all. The x-axis is still moves the same, really quiet. Now the y-axis moves almost the same, or the same. The one that keeps being the noisiest one will be my z-axis. And now I kind of bump it up to 300 inches per minute. And maybe what I'm gonna try to do is bump it up a little, maybe a little more, 350, maybe 400. But then here on the MPG mode, instead of running it at 100%, I'm gonna maybe try to run it at, let's say, 60. So when I bump it up to 350, 400 inches per minute, it will actually move maybe at around 200. That way, like I said in my previous video, that way I don't move it so fast that I can actually just crash the machine. This way I can still move it around it without crashing it, but when it needs to do rapid movements, you can use the extra speed. So I'm just gonna do a test cut now, just a real simple test cut on a piece of acrylic, just to make sure that, see if the finish actually improve on the edges from before. So it happened again. I must not have pressed the record button or something happened, so I didn't record how I actually cut the piece. I'm gonna try to record it again, but I guess in the other side. Here's the piece that I just finished cutting with the CNC after replacing the ball screws, and I know it's kind of hard to see it, but the side cuts now look really good. They don't got that, let's say, the chatter that I used to have. The front is, still really smooth. I think that's why we didn't have the problem at the beginning. And on the edges, it's kind of hard to get like a good angle with the light and the camera. But the edges, you used to see a little more ridges or more chatter, let's say. Now it's really good. Just as good as the size. So see, yeah, I mean, we can see that right there. It's really smooth on all sides, but I just wanted to get that video out just in case maybe someone has a little similar problem, maybe, and they think it's maybe their machine, maybe it has to do something with their ball screw, but at the same time it could be something else. So this is gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.